I'm delighted that acclaimed folk singer and songwriter Katherine Priddy is able to join us this morning. Katherine is giving a special intimate concert this evening at Great St Mary's as part of this year's slightly different looking Cambridge Folk Festival. Thank you very much for joining us, Katherine.
Thank you for having me.
Well, you've been to Cambridge Folk Festival before, of course, haven't you? In fact, in 2019, you won the Christian Raphael Prize. Do you
Yes.
enjoy coming to Cambridge into the folk festival here?
Yeah, I absolutely love it. I've always described Cambridge Folk Festival as a bit of a family gathering for the folk scene.
Yeah.
Every time I go, it's a lovely opportunity to catch up with other musicians and friends who are playing it, and it always just feels like a big celebration of the scene. So I love it.
Yeah, that was one of the things I was going to ask you actually. Is it just like that? Because I know there are people playing that you have worked with before. They're coming to the festival
Mm.
this weekend. So it must be a great chance just for everyone to get together. Lots of folk festivals going on throughout the UK, of course, and other countries. But this one is a very busy one usually, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. There's something special about Cambridge. I think it's been going for such a long time and it's got a real character of its own, which I love. But certainly being a musician, you end up with these friends all around the country and you're always kind of shipped in the night. So folk festival is a great opportunity to catch up with people and have a little pint and listen to some music and celebrate. And I'm sure that's the same for folk festival goers as well, for the punters.
Yes,
So,
yes, I think you're right. Now, you brought out a new album in March called These Frightening Machines.
yeah.
What does that title mean, Catherine?
Well, it was a line taken from one of the singles, "Frightening Machines," which that one specifically is more about the body and kind of my relationship with my body. But when I was listening to all the tracks after, I always pick the album title last because I struggle with commitment when it comes to these things. And it kind of struck me while I was listening to it that there's a bit of a theme of various sort of systems and things we find ourselves part of, whether that is your body or growing older or the industries we work in. And yeah, how they're all kind of wonderful in many ways, but have their issues as well. So I felt like the title of These Frightening Machines felt like a nice catch-all for those themes.
And the new single, Secrets Still Remain, beautiful, ethereal, gorgeous, and also used as the theme to Radio 4's Uncanny Cold Cases as well. How did you
Yeah.
feel? How did you feel when you heard that was selected?
Well, I was really excited. I actually wrote it for that series. I had a message from Danny Robbins saying that they had a new series coming out and they wanted a new theme tune, something that was a little bit folky and a little bit haunting. And would I mind writing something? So I wrote Secrets Still Remain and didn't release it. And then more for me, I didn't realize that Uncanny fans were so keen on the theme tunes. And I had a lot of emails and messages asking for a full release of the song. So yeah, really real pleasure to be involved in that.
It must have been, and it's a beautiful, beautiful song.
Thank you.
Your lyrics are gorgeous. What gives you the inspiration when you write? You must get asked that all the time, I guess.
Oh, it's a question I like being asked though, because yeah, the lyrics are really important to me. I've always been a big reader. I studied literature and I love poetry. And I've always been a big believer in if you're putting words out, you have to put words in. So I do a lot of reading. And I think some of my inspiration comes from that. Sometimes it's just turns of phrase or unusual words you hear or come across. But other than that, I keep extensive notes on my phone and in notebooks of things I hear and conversations and little moments. And yeah, I think that's why one tip to anyone songwriting or writing lyrics is just always have something you can write stuff down because you never know when an inspiration's going to strike. So
Yeah, that's good advice. You recently wrote and released two songs with poet laureate Simon Armitage, and
mm.
you also performed it later with Jules Holland, the TV show. What was that experience like? Well, two experiences. What was it like writing with the poet laureate?
I mean, that was amazing because, like I said, I studied literature and I've been reading Simon Armitage's poems for a long time. We met backstage at a festival and realised that we were both fans of each other, and so we kind of got chatting. And he's part of a band himself, LYR, but he says he loves writing words for music rather than just poems. And so I came up with the idea of creating two songs which were winter themed and putting them out together. And it was lovely to work with him. It was, as someone who loves writing lyrics, it felt like quite a challenge to just be writing the melody rather than the words. But yeah, real honour to collaborate with him. And then Jules Holland, again, huge honour, both the best and most terrifying thing I think I've ever done. I've never felt true fight or flight like that, but it was an amazing thing to be
Really?
part of. And yeah, a really, really good experience for me.
Yeah, no, it sounds it. And what's it like writing with other people? If you're used to writing on your own, and I know you
Mm.
have collaborated in the past, but it must be quite a different experience because it's not just you selecting the words. It's probably got to be some give and take as well.
Yeah, yeah, and it's something that I didn't do a lot of for a while, just because it wasn't really something that had occurred to me to do. But now I actually think it's one of the most valuable things you can do because it does take you out of your own head, and you'll come across different ideas that you might not have ever come up with yourself and different ways of working. And I think the give and take is really important. And as someone who often writes on my own, it's actually really refreshing to have another brain to to draw on for ideas. And it just makes the world and the industry feel a little bit smaller when you work with other people as well. So I think it's a great thing to do.
Yeah. You said last year that in your experience being a musician is 20% rock and roll, 80% admin.
Yeah.
Is that still the case?
Yes, I've spent this morning booking hotels for upcoming tours. So yes, lots of admin, but it's all worthwhile. Yeah, I think I wish I was just on tour all the time because that's the bit I really enjoy, and I really enjoy recording. But I've come to accept that in order to make those bits happen, there is a lot of behind the scenes laptop work that needs to be done. But it's all worth it in the end. So
That's really interesting because a lot of people say they prefer the songwriting or prefer being in studios. So it's
mm,
interesting that you say you like the touring. That's
I love it.
sometimes the hard bit as well, being away from
Yeah.
home, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it really is. It's exhausting. There's no getting away from touring being exhausting in every way. But I also find it the most rewarding thing because it's getting to be in front of the audiences that support you and putting faces to statistics on your dashboards on all your social media and all that sort of thing. Yeah, I find it great. It's a great way to travel and meet people, and it's really enjoyable. So worth the tired nights.
Great. Well, the festival is being run, as I said earlier, in a different way this year, with Great St Mary's venue being used this evening. And it's a stunning venue, and your voice is going to sound amazing there. Are you excited about the concert tonight?
I am. I actually popped into because I played in Cambridge earlier this year, and I popped into the venue then just to have a little nose around. And it's such a beautiful church, and I love singing in churches. The
Yeah.
acoustics are great, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I think your voice is going to sound just this ethereal sound that you have, just amazing there. Amazing.
Yeah, I hope so.
Catherine Priddy, thank you very much for joining us this morning. Have a great time at St Mary's this evening and a great time catching up with your friends and having a pint. And I know it's all going to be an absolutely brilliant weekend. Thank you very much, Catherine Priddy.
Thanks so much for chatting to me.